If you're trying to figure out how you can get the most when trading in your car, then keep watching. While selling it private party will get you more money, it's also extremely difficult and annoying. If you've ever tried it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me show you instead how you can keep the convenience of trading in while maximizing the amount that you get. I've been in the car and credit industry for nearly 20 years now, specifically in the buy here, pay here world, and I want to share what I've learned over the years with you. My name is Mark Beneke, a proud member of the Westland Auto family. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a step-by-step process that you could follow to guarantee that you get the most for your trade-in. By the end of the video, you should know the 5-part process that you can follow from beginning to end to get the absolute most for your trade-in. Be able to understand how to conduct each part on your own and feel ready to get to trading. Come on. There are 5 key steps to the process, and I've also included a few tips throughout to give you an even bigger advantage, so make sure to keep an eye out for those. Starting off at step number 1, research. This is by far the absolute most critical part of the process. The majority of people do absolutely nothing to prepare for anything. So that means just a little preparation puts you well ahead of the curve and gives you the upper hand. You'll want to use tools like Kelley Blue Book to find the rough market value of your car. I say rough because they are wildly inaccurate in certain areas, while in others they are spot on. Pre-pandemic, they hit right on the money. But nowadays, you'll find them suggesting that a car that typically trades for $10,000 is only $6,000. So to make sure that you can see through the discrepancy, you can use local marketplace sites. These are websites like Craigslist, OfferUp, or Facebook Marketplace. You do this to verify that the private party going rate aligns with what KBB is suggesting. Private party means consumer to consumer, where there is no dealership involved. For example, selling your car to your next door neighbor is considered a private party sale. Now, keep in mind that a private party sale means that you are responsible for everything, meaning the marketing, the communication, the sale, the DMV stuff, everything. That's the exact reason why you can get more money doing it this way versus trading it in. But you have to figure out what's more important to you. Is it time and convenience or getting top dollar? But I'm going to make the assumption that you already thought about that and time and convenience is the biggest thing for you. While obviously wanting to get top dollar, including the time and convenience. So if you notice that the private party rate aligns with what KBB is saying, then you can feel pretty good about moving on to the next part of the process. But if it doesn't, you're going to note down the difference and adjust your expectations. For example, if the private party going rate is saying that it's $2,000 above what KBB is suggesting, you could adjust the trade value close to a similar percentage. So KBB is showing that it's $6,000 for private party, but 20 vehicles on the local marketplace show 25% above that. So that means that you're going to adjust the KBB trade-in value, which let's just say it's $4,000, by 25% above, which puts you at $5,000. You can also do this for retail to make sure that it aligns. Now it's time for the next step. Step number 2, clean and prepare. If there are any small items that you can fix that are not costly, do it. Just don't overdo it. Most of the time, it's better just to clean the vehicle and make sure that it's presentable. Fixing things can cost you more and not provide you anything in return. Because in these types of situations, it's really hard to determine whether the investment will be worth it. For example, you might spend $100 to fix a window and all it gets you back is $50. Not worth it, right? Now, paying $100 extra for a stereo replacement that ends up getting you $400 more, worth it. But how will you know how much more it's going to get you? Unless it's blatantly obvious, stick to just giving it a good clean and making it presentable. That's it. Now, the third step of the process, documentation. You're going to gather up all of the necessary documentation for your trade. The checklist here will be your title, your registration, the loan payoff and account info if you're still paying on it, your photo ID, the keys, and optional here, but if you have the full list of maintenance records and a history report, bring it. This can help show that you took really great care of the vehicle and net you a much higher amount. And that brings us to a really crucial tip, timing. Most people don't know this, but the time of the year and the time of the month can play a really big difference in how much you end up getting for your trade. Dealership reps and managers need to meet goals, and they get a lot of pressure when it comes to the end of the year, the end of the quarter, and the end of the month. Going towards the end of these time periods means that they might be a lot more willing to move forward with a sale that is less profitable if it means putting up more numbers. So this works directly in your favor. That actually gives me another tip that I can recommend to you. Have options. Negotiations are all about leverage, and there are multiple ways that you can gain that leverage. One is simply just by having more offers on the table. If you have multiple dealers that have made you offers, it's easier to know your best options and know when to stay firm and walk away. Use the offers as concrete proof for not only yourself, but them, so you can understand why you're asking what you're asking for, and then ask them to beat it. If they can, they can. If they can't, you can. So step number 4, keep the trade out. Unless the only down payment that you have is your trade-in, don't bring it up until you've negotiated everything on the vehicle that you're buying. This will allow you to make sure that you can negotiate the two things separately and that the numbers don't get muddied in the process. The value of your trade should be independent of the deal. So state how much you want for it and stick to it. Because step number 5, walk away. This is crucial, and I need for you to pay attention here. If you have a great deal on the vehicle that you're buying and cannot come to terms with the trade, do not fall trap into thinking that you need to move forward with it. This is why using the tip of having options is so helpful. It allows you to recognize that you're not stuck with only a single road to take. They need the deal just as much as you do. They will either reconsider themselves, or there's other dealers out there who can. And if no one is willing to do it for the trade, well, you could still sell it private party to get the amount that you want. So you could still buy the new car and sell it to a different dealer, or go out and sell it private party. The two are not married. And on that note, it brings me to the next tip. Be considerate. One of the things that truly irks me is watching people negotiate like they're brutes. They assume that being a strong negotiator means strong-arming everybody into giving them what they want. It's not. This style of negotiation is what you'll find almost everywhere, and it works only when the other party is trying to avoid conflict and is willing to give up their side of things just for the comfort of everything. Nothing wrong with that. But brute force negotiators will be wiped clean by somebody that follows a different approach. Dual value negotiation. A truly efficient negotiator is somebody that gets to know the other party and figures out all of their values, and then finds a way to show them how the current deal that they're requesting aligns with their values. This makes the other party realize that it's a good deal for them while still providing you exactly what you were requesting. It's why the brute force negotiator could be taken for everything and still end up feeling like they won. So be kind, be polite, and be rational. You want to find everything about their side, their desires, their emotions. Use it to help them see how providing you what you're requesting for aligns with all of their desired goals. And the beauty of it is that you don't need to relent at all from what you're asking for. Help them realize that they can win without you having to give up what you need. Everyone feels like they won, and everyone is satisfied. Cool, right? So remember, these steps to trading in your car to get the most for it are: number 1, research; 2, clean and prepare; 3, documentation; 4, keep the trade out; and 5, walk away. And by using the right timing, having options, and using dual value negotiation, you'll guarantee that you have the highest chances of getting top dollar for your trade. But you might have noticed that I mentioned getting multiple bids from multiple dealers so that you can have options. So if you're anything like me, then you might be wondering right now, wouldn't my credit start dropping drastically because of that? And lucky for you, it's one that I've quickly answered in this video right here. Come on, go, 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 go. Thanks, and I will see you there. Okay, bye.